with me? You with me? Let's go. In focus. All right. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy L6 for the Journey, and welcome to my PSA, public service announcement. All right. Today I want to talk about something that was on my mind because I always sit back and reminisce about the old days. And man, when you get older, the one good thing you have is the memories of what you saw growing up. And one of the things that I saw growing up that was really, I didn't appreciate it as much when I was going through it, is the community and the way the community stuck together with looking out for the children and looking out for our uncles, our parents. We looked out for each other. We had a real sense of community back in the day. So I look at things now and I'm like, man, grown adults can see kids doing things wrong, and a lot of times they don't say anything to them. You know, they'll just let them do whatever's going on and just let them carry on acting a fool. Now, let me say this. I do understand that we're living in a time where a lot of these kids are very disrespectful, and because of the way it is now, some people scared to say something to children because they like, I don't want to get into it with their parents. I don't want somebody trying to tell me I did this and did that. And everybody kind of like, hear no evil, see no evil. I'm going to mind my business. But let me tell you, and I'm sure everybody can relate to this who lived in neighborhoods like this. When I was growing up, let me start from kindergarten. When I was in kindergarten, right, and I was growing up in East Baltimore, we had like one or two parents that walked to school with all of the kids in the neighborhood that went to the same school. Yeah, that's how it was. We got up, walked to school together every day, and guess what? When it was time to get out of school at 2:30, the parents was waiting for us to come out there. Now, sometimes it'll be more than one or two parents. Just depends. But for the most part, you had like a shepherd, so to speak. You had a chaperone. You had an escort. But that's how it was. And, you know, if anybody got out of line while we was walking, said something that was disrespectful, our parents gave permission to the other parents, grandparents, and other elders in the neighborhood to correct them and edify them. Well, that's how it started. And I'm going to tell you this. It was so much that my grandfather used to have a bunch of garages on Eager Street over there in East Baltimore. I would walk from Murray Street all the way down through Preston, through Biddle, you know, through Kenwood. I would go through all the streets and have eyes on me the whole time. You know what I mean? And I could walk down there as a person under 10 years old. I had eyes on me the whole time because the whole neighborhood knew everybody knew each other. Everybody knew who my grandparents was. Everybody knew who my mother was. Everybody knew who my uncles was. That's how it was. And I used to go sit down in the garage and look at the grown men being too grown for my damn good, being nosy. But I just wanted to tell you about the fact that I never really felt unsafe. We couldn't do that now. Because for one, it's very dangerous now and people don't look out for each other the same way. But I miss those days, you know what I mean? And even as I got older, man, you could not go down Dukeland, you know what I mean? You could not go down Dukeland Street. You could not go down Poplar Grove. When I used to stay in West Baltimore at times, you couldn't go down none of these neighborhoods that I used to live in. I don't care if it was good now. I don't care if it was Crenshaw. I don't care where it was at that I lived, whether it was East Baltimore, West Baltimore. I knew my neighbors. My neighborhood meant neighborhood. Your neighbors looked out for you and they corrected you. Our teachers in school corrected us. It was like that. And the way it is now, when I started coaching some years back, one of the reasons I got into coaching was so I could be a mentor. More than anything. I mean, you love playing basketball, so that never leave you. But coaching gave me a perspective, a different perspective on being able to be a guardian or being able to be a mentor or an elder to some of these children. And that's what I appreciated the most about being able to be a coach. It gave me an opportunity to try to help some of these children out and give back. It was my way of giving back. But I noticed I used to see kids cursing and carrying on. And I'm talking about when they was young. I'm talking about elementary school kids. Because when I first started coaching, I had kids that was in the 3rd grade. I literally had kids that was in the 3rd grade. A lot of those kids now, they in the 11th, 12th grade. they moving on, about to be out. You know what I mean? So some of them already graduated. But anyway, I saw kids cursing. I'd be like, hey boy, watch your mouth. You know, watch your mouth, watch your mouth. We would correct them, you know. Coach Corb, as we got older, you know, of course he would correct them in a different type of way, you know. And as they get older, sometimes you might let something slip here and there because you know it's an act of competition. But this is all about being a guardian. This is all about being a mentor. This is all about the responsibility. So I'm going to tie that into what I was talking about. Back in the day, people felt more of a sense of responsibility towards their community and towards children that weren't theirs biologically. Now we don't have that, and I miss that when I think about the different things and the different people who was in my life who really had eyes on me. When they say it take a village, that was the village. The community was the village. The community was the village. And when I go to where I am now and things that I've had an opportunity to do and to be able to have that opportunity to help some of these children grow up, it's a beautiful thing. And I just wanted to talk about that in my PSA. So the PSA is about community. I miss the lack of community and sense of responsibility that we have towards each other now. I know it's dangerous. I know we live in a different time, but man, I miss it. And a lot of these kids will never, ever, ever have the opportunity to experience what we experienced. Especially if you're a person that grew up in the 80s. If y'all grew up in the 80s, you definitely dealt with community. And especially in the inner cities when we was packed in, you know what I mean? We was packed in neighborhoods with a whole bunch of kids. It was a lot of us and a whole lot of adults. That's how the community is. You live in row houses, you live in apartments. So I didn't come up in a single family home. I always had a bunch of people in my neighborhoods. So I just wanted to say, I miss those days, and I feel bad for the kids now because we so advanced now with different things that a lot of things that helped us out, we don't have anymore. Some things have changed for the better, but a lot of things disappeared that was very helpful. So that's what my PSA is about today, reminiscing about the old days and the importance of community and how I miss it. You know, a lot of us wouldn't have survived if we didn't have the community to help us, or we didn't have those eyes on us. Don't get it twisted. Back in the day, kids was showing up missing and everything else. I can remember looking at America's Most Wanted and looking on the milk cartons, and they used to have the kids all plastered on there. So it was dangerous things going on, and people was getting snatched up, and kids was getting snatched up. But I just want to say we cared about each other more now. Now it's all about, man, I'm worried about me, and that's it. Well, when you had the degradation of community and you had the degradation of people not thinking it's a responsibility of ours to kick in and help in the community, since you lose something. Excuse me, you lose something. And it's just a shame that a lot of kids won't ever experience that. But anyway, that's my PSA for the day. Back in the days, that's what I'm gonna call this. Yeah, I miss back in the days, y'all. But anyway, it's your boy L64 The Journey. Tell me what you think. Tell me what your experiences was growing up. Did you have that nosy neighbor that used to be sticking their nose and everything, but really it was really for the best, and they was just trying to watch? Oh man, the Joyce was something else. Woo. But anyway, Mr. Stiff, oh my gosh, I could go on and on. But did you have those neighbors that used to be on you? You cursed, they be like, hey, what you say out the damn mouth? I'm gonna tell your mother. I'm gonna tell your father. Yeah. Let me know what y'all think about that. Did you enjoy that in your neighborhood? Did you grow up in a type of neighborhood that had that community sense? I did. And I'm gonna continue to try to give back and make sure that I'm edifying the kids when I can. I'm not a fool. I know you gotta pick and choose your battles. Sometimes you do have to mind your business. But a lot more than not, you need to step up and be more active with the children that may not be ours, and within respects to not overstepping your boundaries. So anyway, that's my public service announcement of the day. Your boy L64 The Journey. I got more great content coming your way, alright? And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, that is the letter L, number 64-The Journey. Be sure to subscribe and keep up with the latest and greatest content, y'all. Alright? And I'm out. I'll see y'all on the next journey, alright?